Hello everyone, welcome to a new episode of Soulless Sparkles. I know it's been a while since I've mentioned perfumery in this channel, but I'm going to be talking to you about a new perfume, or actually new to the channel. I actually have 3 perfumes from Maison Francis Kurkdjian, and I'm going to be talking about each of them separately. So first off, I want to tell you a little bit more about Maison Francis Kurkdjian. He is a French perfumer from an Armenian descent, and he has a very sophisticated taste. He's known to be very precise in all his perfumeries, and he has a very sharp vision as far as the creating of his perfumes. So I'm going to go ahead and talk to you about this one because this is the one that I use the most, and it is, frankly, I think part of the name kind of wore off already, but this is called Femme Pluriel. So I'm going to be talking to you a little bit more about Femme Pluriel because this is the one that I have been finding myself to wear the most. I'm not particularly sure if it's because it has a beautiful, like a rose color tint to it, and maybe that's what attracts me most to this perfume, but it is an incredible perfume. When I spray it, I immediately think roses, flowers, irises, and violet. And the 3 that I just mentioned are absolute favorites of mine. Again, it's the Florentine or Florence iris, the violet, and the roses. So the roses are either from Grasse, Grasse, France, or the Damascene rose. So this, again, is one of my favorites. I spray it on, and it has that, I'm trying to think of that word, like a pungent rose smell. I do not consider it a strong, sweet smelling perfume. I consider it most like that, just the kind of like an astringent type of smell, where it's just the pure flowers coming through without any like sweetness coming through. Now the sweetness will come in like later when you wear it. So the notes of this perfume are, as I mentioned, the iris from Florence, which is one of my favorite flowers. We have violet. We have the rose from Grasse, France, which are very rare and wonderful smelling roses. We also have jasmine. That's where I'm getting the little astringent type smell, if you will, from the jasmine, because jasmine has a particularly scent. And it also has lily of the valley, which I'm not very familiar on the smell on that one. It does have orange blossom, which is probably the sweetness that does kind of smell later on once it's put on. That's the only sweetness that I can smell, but it's not in the beginning. It's kind of like once it wears on the skin. And then vetiver, which I'm not sure what the smell would be, and patchouli from Indonesia. So I think once you're wearing it throughout the day, you can smell the orange blossom or the sweetness combined with the patchouli. But in the beginning, I think what really drives me crazy about this perfume is the bouquet of florals, and hence the name Femme Pluriel, which should signify like a floral bouquet for feminine or for women. Let me talk to you a little bit more about the what is the objective or the quest for this perfume, because I know perfumers always have something in mind when they're creating perfumes. So for this one, it's the quest for eternal femininity, which I could totally capture in this scent. It's a very classic, you can recognize it as a very classic perfume, a very classy. It's inspired by the creation of feminine Pluriel, which is again the grand floral bouquet. It's a beautiful creation composed by a multitude of facets, and they're designed to evolve with the freedom and sensuality unbound from fleeting fashion. So he always has something in mind with regard to creating each and every perfume. Again, I mentioned a little bit more about him. He is very precise. He has like a vision for each of his perfumes, and I think he's doing a very good job. Like I said, I particularly love this one because of the different flowers, and especially the different favorite flowers of mine, which are the combination of violet, iris, and the French rose. So with that, it is one of my favorites. I don't think I smell a powdery fresh scent just on the initial spray. I think it's, you know, after you wear it, it kind of wears off as a little mixture of sweet with a little bit of roses, but it is just a beautiful smelling feminine perfume. If you want to feel like you want to wear something very timeless, very classy, you want to feel that empowerment, you want to feel that confidence, I would strongly recommend you trying this perfume when you go to you know, one of the stores. Neiman Marcus is where this was purchased from, and just try on a sample, or just go and just test them out. Again, this is one of my favorite perfumes. It's gotten some use because this is the perfume that speaks like feminine power to me. So if I want to wake up and I want to have like a very great day, like I want to feel like all my feminine energy, this is the perfume that I normally choose to wear. And it just kind of makes your day go about like just as you kind of like plan it. It's a beautiful, it's a fresh smelling perfume, totally fresh. It's a wonderful spring perfume. Like, oh my God, it just like screams classy, elegance, sophistication, timelessness. The other perfume that I have from Maison Kurkdjian is another beautiful perfume. This one is called A La Rose, or depending how you want to call it, if it's A La Rose or A La Rose. But this is such another beautiful perfume. Now notice the tint is more like on the orangey side compared to the first one. I don't know if you can see the differences. Notice that this one has a flower on the inside, and it's actually a rose, hence the name A La Rose. But do you see the differences in the tints? You know, this is more pink, and this one is more like a peachy color. However, don't be fooled by the color, because this perfume is called A La Rose for a reason. So this perfume, unlike the Pluriel, is more concentrated, and it is more concentrated in one flower, which is the rose from Grasse, France. So did you know that this perfume has, wait till I tell you, each of these perfumes, A La Rose perfumes, has 250 roses in one bottle. Roses, 250 freshly bloomed roses from Grasse in each bottle. And this is like an addition to the other flowers that are in this perfume. So this perfume also has the Damascena rose from Bulgaria, and it has obviously the rose, it's called Centifiola rose from Grasse, and it also has bergamot from Calabria. It has orange from California. It's got violet, and it's got magnolia blossom, cedarwood, and musk. Now those are totally, some are similar to this perfume. Like I mentioned, the orange blossom versus orange. They both have violet. They both have the Damascena rose, and they both have the rose from Grasse. However, this one has iris and this one doesn't. This one has bergamot, and this one has cedarwood and musk versus this one has the patchouli. So hence the patchouli mixed with the orange on this one is what gives it a sweetness after, you know, you've worn it on your skin. Whereas this one, when you spray it, and I'm not gonna spray it because I've already sprayed, I'm just gonna, you can definitely smell the roses. I may have to just spray just a tad. Oh God, I put a lot. So, okay. Again, that little tangy scent that you first experience when, oh my goodness. I can totally smell the rose. It's almost as if you are literally just pulling out a rose from the garden and you're squeezing the petals. That's exactly how this smells. So, oh my goodness. This is just taking me to like my grandmother's rose garden from back in the day. And this is not obviously the same roses because obviously these roses are from France and from Bulgaria. Oh my goodness. Another tangy perfume, if that's the word. Oh, I feel like I am just running through a country yard filled with roses. It's like you're just like throwing roses up in the air. It's so feminine. It is such a feminine perfume. It is a rose. A la rose, it's an ode to femininity. It's a declaration of love translated into a fragrance. I could totally agree with that because, and I have it here, so sorry guys, I'm covering my face when I'm doing this, but this is just taking me back to my teenage years when I would spend the summers with my grandmother and she had these beautiful roses in her garden. I can't believe, sometimes you get to appreciate these more when you learn more about them. I really can't believe that there's 250 roses from Grasse, France in each bottle. And that is why these perfumes are, you know, in the upwards of 250 to 275 a bottle. I think they have gone up with time, but I'm sure so has their sources. So this is just another beautiful perfume. I totally feel like I just imagine myself just like pure elegance, timelessness, pure feminine classiness, or just wearing like a classic outfit. It just screams, I don't know, women empowerment, women power, for lack of a better word, instead of saying girl power, but it just screams so much confidence. It is just one of those perfumes that just pulls the best out of you when you're wearing it. It just gives you that extra confidence. This is such a beautiful, beautiful perfume. I would totally wear this in the spring. So this is totally like a spring perfume. And oh my goodness, now I have a lot of roses just all over this room now. It is such a beautiful, beautiful perfume. I haven't worn it as much as you can see. So I think I'm gonna leave this out so that I can just be able to experience what this perfume makes you feel when you wear it. But it's total femininity, total a boost of confidence. It's just such a wonderful feeling to be able to smell all these roses and you know, come out with a spray. And I think the violet is a lot less strong. I think these go in the order of the notes. So mainly it's the Damasceno rose and the centifolia rose from Grasse that are the strongest notes. And then the bergamot, orange, and then the violet. This is another wonderful smelling perfume. Again, it's an ode to femininity. And Maison Kurkdjian totally knocked it out on this one. This is a wonderful smelling perfume. And like I said, don't be fooled by the tint. And my third perfume from Maison Kurkdjian is called Amiras or Amiras. I'm thinking it's Amiras, but don't quote me on the pronunciation. Now this is more like a kind of like a hint of yellow per se. Let me compare it with this one. Let's see. They're about the same tint, but this one is a totally different spin on his perfumes. The first thing that I think of when I open this perfume, which is called the Amiras, it's like a fresh scent, like a fresh linen spring cleaning type of scent. It is a very clean scent. The top notes is the lemon tree flower, and I could totally smell the citrusy. I wanted to say citrusy, but I couldn't think of the word until I remembered that it's the lemon tree flower. And then it also has the California orange, which I could totally smell once I get a whiff of that. And then it has this unique one that I haven't had the pleasure of. Of course, I do have the pleasure of it now, but I can't really identify the scent or the note, which is Jamaican Amiras. I don't know much about the Jamaican Amiras or Amiras, but it is the Jamaican combined with the Florentine Iris, the Haitian Vetiver, which I'm not very familiar with, and Musky Amber. So although I have been using this perfume, I didn't really take the time to come back and, you know, smell it on my skin to see what kind of scent it would leave off at the end. But I know at first impressions, it's a fresh, clean, citrusy scent. And I can now know it's because of the lemon and the orange combined. So if you're looking for something very clean, very fresh, very just kind of very narrowed down, where you don't want to be wearing a lot of a combination of florals, this is a perfect perfume for that, because this is more like a fruity scent, more on the tangy side as well. It does have the iris, and it is more like a luminous eau de perfume. It is an flamboyant, as he calls it, encountered between the Amiras tree from Jamaica and the rare Florentine Iris. So even though those are not the top notes, actually the Jamaica Amiras is, but in combination with the lemon and the orange, I mostly smell all the citrusy scent. I do smell the musky amber, so I have a feeling that that's the scent that it leaves on your skin after wearing it a while. It is another beautiful perfume from Maison Kurkdjian. It's a nice change from the floral perfume, the Femme Pluriel. and the La Rose. So it's good to have a mix because sometimes you're in different kinds of moods. This is more like a daily scent. This is more like a less formal scent, something you would wear maybe on a daily basis when you get up, get out of the shower and just spray it or just do a little whiff of it. This is more like a daily scent versus these are more sophisticated and more elegant. Nevertheless, they're all beautiful, the three of them. I absolutely love my collection, and I'm gonna be rotating them so that I can use them a little more. And I know each perfume gives you a different vibe, so I think that if I want to get up and go, well, that sums up my 3 perfume reviews from France's Maison Kurkdjian. Again, I talked about the Amiras, which is a sweet, citrusy, and tangy smell or scent. La Rose, which I learned today that it's got 250 centifiola roses from Grasse. And the tanginess is what just really attracts me to that one. And the Femme Pluriel, which is like a floral bouquet. So this is like very feminine, very floral. If you want to just feel very full of feminine energy, this is the perfume that I recommend. If you just want to feel very romantic, you know, love, you know, just thinking of the romance and love words and things like that, or if you're absolutely love, this is La Rose is the one I recommend. And if you're that active woman who is working out, who is doing a lot in a day, and yet still feel refreshed, powerful, clean, and with a dash of citrus, this is the perfume that I recommend, which is the Amiras. But all in all, they are all 3 lovely perfumes that I absolutely love from Maison Francis Kurkdjian. And I have been eyeing at another perfume from him, but I'm gonna have to wait. But these are absolutely wonderful smelling, rich perfumes. And again, when you learn more about each one of them, it makes you have a different level of appreciation for them. I hope you enjoyed my reviews. As I said, if you liked this video, please don't forget to hit the like button, and I would love for you to subscribe. I would love to see what your comments are. If you have these perfumes, tell me what you think. Or if you have a perfume from Maison Francis Kurkdjian that you would like to share with me, please leave that information in the comment section. If you have any friends who also love perfumes, please don't forget to share my channel. Thank you so much once again, and as always, stay blessed.